Jalen Hurts has everything. He's won a Super Bowl, been to 2, Super Bowl MVP, the league's 4th highest career winning percentage, so why is he constantly disrespected by the entire media? Despite winning more big games and having more accolades than almost any other quarterback in the league, he's consistently placed around 10th overall by pundits, even outside the top 10 by some pundits. Surely if you're capable of winning a Super Bowl MVP, you should be at least top 5, right? But no, nobody gives him that kind of love, so today we'll dive into why. According to The Athletic, which saw league-wide executives rank him 10th overall, an unidentified head coach said he has improved from the pocket, but when you play him, you still want him to beat you from there. That is the whole plan. Today, I've broken down why he's not respected as a quarterback, as a passer, into 3 different areas. He has incredible surrounding talent, especially his offensive line, which gives him massive pockets. He's a great runner in the QB run game, which forces defenses to play vanilla, easy to process defensive coverages, and he's not great at processing post-snap reading of the defense. Those first 2, the surrounding talent and the QB run game, affect defenses in so many ways that it lessens the need for Hurts to be a true typical dropback passer, so in turn, that skill isn't as developed. As a pure quarterback, Jalen Hurts is not in the upper echelon. And before we dive deeper into the film to really get into the nitty-gritty of all 3 reasons, I want to thank this week's sponsor, Arena Club. Arena Club is a platform that takes trading cards and turns it into a digital experience. Growing up, there was nothing like cards. It was baseball, it was football, MLB Showdown, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh!, anything that was out there, I was in. We'd go to the card shop, and the best part was just when you were opening the pack. Well, now it's gotten an upgrade. When you buy slab packs, you can get that same feeling for hundreds of dollars or less, and potentially pull a card worth tens of thousands. They're just like real cards. You can trade them, you can check your friends' collections, you can get money offers for your cards. Arena Club has everything. I am a big Arena Club guy. I love using it. It is the best. Right now, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/Rollins and use code Rollins. We'll start with the first reason, the surrounding talent, and it's primarily the Eagles' elite offensive line. Hurts has easily the biggest pockets, consistently of any quarterback in the league, and it allows him to go through his reads without pressure, untouched, all the time in the world. This year, the line gave him the longest time to throw in the league at 3.22 seconds, the 4th longest average sack at 3.94, and without the threat of pressure, every NFL quarterback is going to be much more accurate, much more consistently. However, despite the incredible protection, plus an elite wide receiver duo in A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Hurts attempted just 361 regular season passes this year. That was fewer than Tua, who played in 4 less games, 20 more passes than Daniel Jones, who played 5 less games. And while yes, part of that was because the Eagles were up by so much heading into the 4th quarter they stopped throwing, it's really because Philly is a run-first team through and through. They run a ton because they're awesome at it, but also because of another one of our 3 reasons, Hurts struggles to process coverages after the snap. Early on in the Super Bowl, he showed it, where the Eagles ran the same corner-in concept twice, but he couldn't connect. On the second play of the game, the Chiefs are disguising cover 2 zone, so corner-in is good. It basically plays out like a smash concept, which is a cover 2 zone beater. Hurts can just read the curl flat defender, and if he falls back for Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown is open on this in route. And if he follows A.J. Brown like he does here, there's tons of open space. Trent McDuffie follows Brown in man coverage, even though it's zone. Devontae Smith is as wide open as you can possibly get, but Hurts unnecessarily breaks the pocket. And yes, he completes the pass, but this is part of the issue keeping him from that top 5, top 8 discussion. It's a completion, and by the way, this is like 2019 LSU playing Bishop Sycamore High. Almost every other quarterback is getting either sacked holding the ball this long or over a full game. If you're consistently passing up open receivers like this, it's gonna bite you. You only have so many open opportunities. Quarterbacks complete passes much less consistently outside of the pocket, and leaving too many open receivers on the field will eventually lead to losses instead of wins. And then, one drive later on 3rd and 5 with the same two-man formation to the top, now with Dallas Goedert, Hurts mistakenly reads that McDuffie is once again manned on Brown, and there's tons of space open for Goedert to run towards, but McDuffie falls off and breaks up the pass. In pure drop-back pass situations, you'd expect him at this point in his career to be more developed. He's just not at the level of many of the other quarterbacks at the top of the league. Here's the bounce concept, where once again it's going to be predicated on the movement of one specific defender, here Frankie Louvu, where once again Hurts just throws wherever the defender's not. Louvu does a good job of playing in between the two. He probably knows what's coming. He's baiting Hurts to take Goedert, then is going to go up. Hurts should be able to anticipate this, use his eyes to stare at Goedert to force Louvu up earlier, then rip the quick dig. That does come open, but he's just not there as a quarterback. Or there was this play where the Rams are disguising their Tampa 2 invert coverage, meaning it's Tampa 2 zone with a corner playing a deep half instead of the safety. The Eagles are running a mirrored seams and curl concept, and against the Tampa 2 zone defender, one of the seams should be open. There is space to throw to one of them, but you need to anticipate this will be open. Hurts doesn't, and he checks it down. As I mentioned, another reason why he's not respected as a passer is because of what he can do in the QB run game, and let me explain that. With the Chiefs starting in this 2-deep safety look, this only gives them 6 defenders in the box. Typically, 6 defenders against just 5 blockers would give the defense the advantage, since you can't block everybody. But since Hurts is a threat with his legs and can just run QB power anytime he wants, look how Barkley isn't running so he can block, creates another blocker, one for each defender, and now Hurts can run free. This forces defense to play fewer guys deep, just use one high safety coverages to get an extra body in the box so somebody can tackle Hurts if Saquon is blocking. But then now you can't have any help on AJ Brown or Devontae Smith over the top, because you have to keep that safety underneath for the run. So you have arguably the league's best wide receiver duo one-on-one damn near every play of every game. Sure, it's thanks to Hurts being so versatile, a great running quarterback, strong enough to not get injured taking all these extra hits, but any quarterback in the league who consistently gets their superstar receivers one-on-one are gonna capitalize a lot. Pair these ISO matchups with the fact that Hurts has one of the best go balls outside in the league, his best quality as a passer, and some of his biggest throws to win the Super Bowl were impressive, yes, but also to all-pro caliber talent one-on-one, it's easy money. All of these different aspects of this offense, the elite offensive line, Saquon Barkley, Hurts' ability to run, and these elite receivers lead defensive coordinators to doing one of two things, which is what Steve Spagnuolo was forced to do in the Super Bowl. You either need to blitz Hurts or disguise coverages to fool him, but both have their disadvantages. The blitz is designed to create pressure and ideally an unblocked defender to hit the quarterback. But the Eagles' offensive line is too good to consistently let pressure into the backfield. Blitzing also almost guarantees you're getting those one-on-ones outside. So once again, I'll take AJ Brown against just about any cornerback in the league, especially without safety help. Or you could disguise coverages, like the Rams play, try and trick Hurts into making a bad decision or holding the ball longer, so hopefully your pass rush can get to him. But like here, the Chiefs are trying to show cover 0 in all-out blitz, just one-on-one on each receiver. They do run the hell out of cover 0, but since Nick Bolton, the linebacker, is showing blitz, he's the one who's the zone curl defender underneath, and Hurts finds the open zone. Or another disguise example was when the Chiefs wanted to play their bread and butter cover 2, but we talked about how hard it is to play a second safety deep against the Eagles because of the run game. So Kansas City kept dropping Justin Reed deep, but lining him up like he's gonna play man. But to disguise this, that means you have to pop a linebacker out to cover the quick curl. And while even though this QB run didn't work, you can see why lining up basically out of position to show Hurts a disguise can be mostly beneficial to the Eagles. It's not that Hurts is a bad quarterback by any means, just that so many people, most of them in Philly, are perplexed that their Super Bowl MVP doesn't get more love. He is a very good quarterback, and I've been majorly critical of him in the past. To that, I'll say this, he definitely deserves his flowers. But at the same time, with an elite offensive line, elite wide receiver duo, Saquon, and then Hurts' ability to add on in the QB run game, which dictates easier, more vanilla coverages, there are a lot of reasons why Hurts shouldn't and isn't closer to the top 5 conversation. He has gotten a lot better, and the Eagles have built a team around his strengths brilliantly. But truthfully, if he was on a different team with an average offensive line and average skill position players, we would see a far different quarterback. However, some of you say, who frickin' cares? Jalen Hurts is the Eagles starting quarterback in the present and future. Screw the hypotheticals. We'll just keep going to Super Bowls and keep winning rings.